a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. So say good night to the bad guy.
Hey everybody, welcome to Season 3, Episode 2 of That's Slander. And we still don't have... We're on Death Row now. Death Row Productions. We started our own production company, and it's under Death Row, so we don't know where you're going to see this. We don't know if you're going to see this on Spotify. We don't know if you're going to hear this audio. We don't know... well, you're definitely going to see it on my YouTube channel, where we're going to put it up first under Pinaki Comedy or Pinaki Joadder. But the thing is that we also have another YouTube page called Death Row Productions, and so it'll be on there because we don't have a permanent spot for our podcast yet, and then we're going to have a website where we're going to have a podcast. But I don't want to let you know everything that we're planning before we do it, but I wanted to introduce my guest before we did anything, and that's Charlie Spink. Long time Bay Area comedian, but he's been everywhere, and I don't know how you have the energy. Like, dude, I see you everywhere, bro. It's just so crazy. Like, you're everywhere from Santa Rosa to like Pleasanton to like San Jose to, so you know, I see you a lot of times out of the area, Reno, whatever. I mean, you're just all over the place. Are you performing like every night? And how do you have the energy to keep up? Because I know you have a day job. Introduce yourself to the crowd. And there's really no reason to have to introduce himself. But we all know Monica also, right? We got Danny back there. Danny with the shot.
Danny on the ones and twos.
By the way, special shout out to Danny with the shot. Killing it at Woodham's Lounge the other day for Sam Burgo and PX, what's the last
Flora.
PX Flora. Yeah, shout out to all those guys. Thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun, and definitely I would love to come back sometime in the future if you guys want me back. And we had a fun at that bar, Woodham's. That's the first time I got to go over there.
You've never been to Woodham's?
No, I have never been
because
it's just hard for me to get to San Jose in general, because usually on Wednesday, if I go to Caravan, I didn't have that much time, especially when my mom got sick. So I'd sit there and wait, like, 1 or 2 hours, or and then I had to get back because I've got a glass slipper. I gotta get back. The pumpkin, turns the carriage. The carriage turns back into a pumpkin, and so we usually got a 2-hour turnaround. But now I've got some extra help at the house, so I can go and start finally doing some more spots.
Well, I used to go to Caravan, but I'd always be late because I'm a traditionalist. I would take a camel to Caravan. Caravan, it's got the camel on the sign outside. That mic is on Wednesdays. PJ, what day is Wednesday? Hump day. So I would take a camel. That would be my steed.
One hump or two?
Oh, I go 2 humps.
Do you know that?
That's my wife. 2 humps and I'm done. Right away.
Two hump.
I'm that traditional.
Two hump chump.
I'm a 2 hump chump.
You know that India's still got a camel brigade from Rajasthan. And I used to be mad because people call me like camel jockey or just the traditional like epitaphs when you're growing up, and I'm like, that's original. But but then I was like, I never realized that we still have a camel brigade in Rajasthan, and they ride camels. They've got guns. They ride in unison. They're like the Rajputs that were left over there. But yeah, we have a full-blown camel brigade in the Indian Army. Last one on the planet.
Well, you might not know this, but Camel Cigarettes used to sponsor not only NASCAR, but horse races. So if you worked as a jockey sponsored by Camel, you were in fact a camel jockey. So that's not a racial insult. That's just your job description.
With the special shout out to what was it? Virginia Slims for sponsoring the women's tennis tour.
Yeah, I was going to say tennis.
Did they really?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I did.
Yeah, that was our only sponsor. I saw one of the comics, and he was in the back of Swinging Door once. And I go, hey, dude, is that Virginia Slim? Because he was smoking a thin cigarette. Mm-hmm. And more or less, I was indirectly calling him a pussy for smoking a cigarette. But I was like, is that a Virginia Slims? And he goes, no. And he's like, I was like, Virginia Slims sponsored women's tennis, right?
Do you know what that motto was, though? The Virginia Slims, for when she gives up and gets back in the kitchen. Virginia Slims.
Yeah, Billie Jean King.
Smoking.
Billie Jean King, yeah, smoking.
Who was not my lover.
Billie Jean. She's not my...
Shut
Not my
up.
queen. But anyway, so Virginia, dude, can I tell you it's crazy? I think
You can tell it to me if it's crazy.
I think they sponsored them all the way up to like 85 without actually looking at my phone. So you were born in 84.
Born in
so
84.
they were still
when doctors were
cigarette
encouraged to
sponsors.
smoke cigarettes during deliveries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, people were still smoking. I was on the
Airplanes.
last smoking airplane flight in 1999, and obviously you can almost just about guess which airline. No, it wasn't Turkish Airlines, but it was Air France.
Those Air France, they were really long, skinny aircrafts.
Yeah, I was
Except they were
coming back
smoking.
from Europe, and people were still smoking. I used to be a smoker also.
Well, that
So
was in
I was smoking.
1999, but in 2001, there were those 2 planes that were smoking as they hit the Twin Towers.
Oh shit, the Twin Towers were definitely smoking.
Yeah, they were smoking.
They were
Smoking
smoking
you know what
hot.
they were smoking.
They had a major smoking problem. I mean, shout out to lung cancer.
Smoke my way to a whole different identity.
Oh,
smoke my way to Mexican.
oh yeah.
I'm laying low. I got a Mexican girlfriend and everything now, you know. By the way, she found out recently she was a quarter Chinese.
Really?
Yeah, she did a 23andMe. I said, why'd you do that for? Your face didn't forget.
I thought you were gonna say about Cesar Chavez.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude.
I know I can't eat any of the salads anymore.
Bro.
I can have no more Caesar
Bro,
salad.
that's
my-
Monica's cousin.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
The woman who's accusing him or Cesar Chavez?
Cesar
himself?
Chavez.
Cesar Chavez
Yeah,
himself,
my
yeah,
family's like
part of the
mad
family. And
about
then,
this
normally
situation.
I'd be like, that's kind of sucks to have a rapist in the family, but hey, I'm Indian, so that's kind of the baseline, especially if they're a good leader. I don't know if you heard about Gandhi, but he had
I
some
did know.
yeah, he had some hidden secrets too. Yeah, he used to lay naked with 15-year-olds. And
Did he have the energy to rape anybody? I mean, he was so skinny and
That's
gaunt looking.
That's the best. Well, if you've seen the videos from the Indian things, they seem like they got plenty of energy for rape.
Wow.
They don't even wait until you get off the bus in those videos.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
they
al-
have things to do.
I was thinking exactly. Oh, especially if those white women. Oh my God, forget about it. So those white. I almost think that sometimes I almost think they're staged to go viral.
Maybe, but in India, those guys, they wake up with morning Bollywood.
It
They
is.
just have that. They're ready to go.
It is
Yeah,
not
that's
the
the
most
problem,
populated
yeah.
country in the world because people are not wanting to fuck.
Yeah, there's not a word in Punjabi for abstinence.
No. Actually, you know their slogan, right?
I don't know. What's their slogan?
Work hard, eat hard, fuck hard. That's a real Punjabi. By the way, what do you call a fat Punjabi? I'm thinking about taking Ozempic. I've gained so much weight. I was checking my weight. It was like 242 like about a week ago. I just started counting my calories and stuff. And
We could share. We could be like Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire.
Mark McGuire, yeah.
We'll
I've got
just
stories
inject each
about
other
that.
in the ass.
By the way,
We won't be the Bash Brothers. We'll be the Slash Brothers. Because we're slashing our waistlines. PJ.
what do you
That's
call
what we're doing.
what do you call the a fat Punjabi on Ozempic?
What would I call a fat Punjabi?
Punjabi.
It's a jab.
Punjabi.
I would call them
You are
that
the
if they were
pun
taking
king.
the vaccine.
You are the punking. Are we
No
just
jab. No
Are we
jab.
just gonna be punning each other like the whole
All day.
the whole show and shit? Okay, I want to get back to you, and I want to talk about you're working. Where do you work? Like where's your day job, and then you become Charlie Spink's thing?
I work for a small traffic control construction business.
Okay.
We're a subcontractor of Caltrans. So
Okay.
I often talk about working for Caltrans, mostly because I won't make trans jokes. I want to be part of the trans community.
Definitely have to be careful in the Bay Area.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
For
love
sure.
it.
transition.
It is such thin ice, and I just love to break that ice and
Just
fall
to
in.
break out, just
Just take a nice
yeah,
cold swim, shrink
You
up
know?
the testes. That's what I do.
Dude, can I tell you something? I don't know if you guys know this, but Charlie's got a really big show coming up at coming up at Tommy T's in about a couple of weeks, and I'm on it. And
Yes,
that's-
he is.
That's gonna be my last show for about 6 months. I decided to get myself in good shape again because I'm totally out of shape. I've been huffing and puffing on stage.
Got
And
chest
it's not going
pains.
anywhere. I'm still gonna do like swinging doors on Monday because they're our sponsors. But we're doing a special show there that nobody knows about also. But we're gonna stick to Tommy T's right now. I'll tell you about the other show like during the break. But in 2 weeks we're gonna do this show. Hey man, tell me about the lineup at Tommy T's on this show in a couple of weeks before we get back to you.
Oh, this lineup is going to be hotter than anything you would find in a police station in Compton or Harlem. It's just a bunch of killers.
Wait,
cold-blooded
is it-
killers.
Is it hotter than Antioch?
Ooh, the yak!
Yeah.
Don't
it
get
harder
me
than
started
the-
on the yak.
Yeah, is it harder?
Vallejo?
Than Antioch?
It's richer than Richmond.
Wait, the hottest
It's
people.
stronger than Hercules.
No.
Hercules.
The hottest thing in the Antioch is the police department.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember seeing that because I lived in Antioch. I moved all around the country as a kid. Antioch is the only place I lived more than 5 years until I turned 18.
Really? So you're from Antioch?
I'm kind of from everywhere, but Antioch is what I claim. I feel
Okay.
like Charlie Spink, the persona, was created in Antioch.
We need to, Charlie. You have so many like you open up for so many black acts.
Yeah.
Right. And I can't what's their nickname for you? Like they nickname everyone.
Oh, it's white chocolate. It's always been white chocolate.
Ooh.
Oh, Jason Williams.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
really?
like, it's white chocolate because
Okay, 'cause
you're not
that's
as
a
good
really
as
good
regular
nickname.
chocolate. That's why.
Yeah.
Sweet but kind of disgusting. Nobody wants the white chocolate Reese's.
No.
Bro, the white
Only racists like the white chocolate Reese's. That is a fact.
the white
They
chocolate.
serve those at clan meetings.
That was one of the jokes of the Cesar Chavez thing. You know, I was like, well, now they got Mexicans pulling down the statues. I know plenty of white dudes that'll do it for free.
Yeah,
They
we
love
have
to do it.
experience.
They like just give them a couple of pop shots at the statue first. They'll totally do it for free.
Well,
You
I'm
know?
technically still a member of the Laborers Union from my days in construction.
Okay.
So Laborers 304 in Hayward off Mission Boulevard.
Oh, yes.
We have a bust of Cesar Chavez in our hall,
Union
in our
Ooh.
meeting area.
CC Puedas. Did you ever hear
La Una 304.
Did you ever hear?
I'll cut this part out.
Did you ever hear the CC Puedas jokes? It's so.
I don't think I
good.
have no.
Okay, so what I do is I was like CC. I say it wrong first of all. I go si se puedes, and then invariably somebody will correct me and say no, it's si se pueda, and I go, can you say it for me? And they'll
Sí se puede.
Si se.
Sí se puede.
Fantastic. Do you know what does it mean, baby?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Sí
Who
se
else
puede.
uses that?
Obama stole that from your people.
Exactly. And I'm thinking.
And Obama's complexion was very horchata.
No,
It's very
and
rice.
that's what I'm trying to say. Fantastic message to tell a 12-year-old or 15-year-old girl before she goes to college. Not before you rape her.
Ooh.
Quinceañera.
After her quinceañera. After her
Ideal
quinceañera. After her your quinceañera. And then I was thinking about flying a United Farm Workers thing just because
Yeah,
I
I
got really
remember that.
racist neighbors. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to be pro-rape. And then I thought about it again. I'm like, Indian. I was like, was that kind of a baseline?
Well, you have to remember this. It's not a rape joke if the audience wants to hear it.
Exactly.
You have to force it on them. You have to force a rape joke on an audience.
Yes, we
Or
can.
it's inauthentic.
Yes, we can. Yeah, you want to make it offensive.
Yes, we can. In a rapist case, it's more like, yes, I will.
By the way,
There's no we about it.
by the way, it's obviously when I do that, it's like the record goes. Yeah, exactly. Like when you walk into
Screeching
the wrong
halts.
spot. Yeah. So then I just back it up with the Tiger Woods, and I give them the. This is my favorite thing. It's just so funny to me that Tiger Woods and was dating Lindsey Vonn, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic that they both crashed out at the same time?
I like that. That one just spun out of control.
They just spun out of
Ended up
control.
on its side.
Hers was more dangerous. They had to call them a helicopter.
She almost lost her
She
leg.
almost lost a leg. Yeah.
She called in a helicopter, and
Yeah.
Tiger called up the president.
Exactly, and you can't write these jokes.
You
just
They
gotta
write
read the
themselves.
news.
And
Trump's
remember-
like, who had a tiger driving a car?
Here's what's even
Is that
more-
Barnum and Bailey?
and even here's what's more ironic. Remember when Tiger got busted the first time?
Yes.
Okay, so
Vividly.
I have a Tiger Woods joke. It's called it's actually from Cosby, and where I have Clarence Thomas and who's the other guy? Not Tiger. It was Tiger Woods' dad, Clarence Thomas, and forget who else. And they're watching Cosby. Who is it?
Oh.
It was one other
Yeah,
famous.
Mike Tyson.
No, it wasn't Mike Tyson. It was somebody else who.
I
it was a
don't-
black guy that did it.
The judge?
Clarence Thomas is the judge. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But at the end of the joke, Tiger Woods comes in with and I hop on one leg, and it's 4 white girls from IHOP.
Was it IHOP or Waffle House? I thought it was Waffle House.
I know, but I had to make it IHOP because I knew it was Waffle House. By the way, you're correct.
Yeah.
But I had to make it IHOP so I could do the hopping joke. So
Okay.
I was hoping nobody. I was hoping nobody would notice. But so I do that one. And then when he did that, I was like, oh my God. And then I thought about it. Remember when his wife hit him with the golf clubs?
Yeah.
And he had all those cell phones up on the top of the roof of his house, or the roof of his kitchen. That's how he got busted. And I was like, he was obviously good at pressing buttons. He couldn't have pressed the auto drive on the Tesla. They literally made the Tesla for people that are fucked up to drive home.
Yeah, they literally make it for multi-ethnic golfers who are serial cheaters and get attacked by white women.
It was his dad that got him in the game. You know, his dad. Oh yeah, his dad
Oh,
was a
yeah.
Vietnam vet, so he would teach golf, right? So a lot of his clients were white women that would come over, and so what he would do is he would teach them golf, and he's like, "Hey, Tiger, keep swinging," and he'd be out there swinging the golf club, and he'd bring the white girls into his trailer. He had a trailer with him.
Wasn't
Work on
the
putting? What were they doing in the
Yeah,
trailer?
they were definitely working on putting. Yeah,
Working on
Or
his short
working on-
game,
working on the horizontal game. Yeah, long drives.
It was in the rough. They had bushes
Well,
back then.
Then
This was not when people were
then
shaving
Tiger,
their fairway.
Then Tiger got into Stanford, right?
Right.
And you remember because you're from around here, you know what Stanford looked like in the early '90s.
Yeah.
So that's where he got his taste of the white girl, the Stanford white girl. You know.
Is it different now? Or there
Oh,
less
yeah.
white women?
Yeah, there's more Asians, obviously. It's
Obviously.
in all colleges.
They want people with degrees.
You did.
They want qualified
When they
people.
got rid of that SAT for a couple of years. Trust me, they were not trying to help black people and Latinos get into college. They got rid of that SAT so that the white kids could compete with the Asian kids and then get in. Now the only way they can compete is on Adderall. So you get these kids in college and they're like, the sons and daughters come back and they're like, kind of shaking, and they're like, "What's wrong with you, Pete?" And they're like, "I just need my Adderall fix. The government's not supplying it."
Well, the only way they can get more white kids in Stanford is say, forget the SATs, forget standardized tests, Call of Duty. Call of Duty is the only way we're letting people in here, and they're letting the best Call of Duty players.
The Call of Duty, dude. Stanford still got a pretty good percentage of white kids in there, but it's like like a lot of these.
Shout out to Stanford. My
Yeah,
sister works there.
Stanford's a solid school. Yeah, but it's one of those things where the education is just part of the Asian culture, so it's really hard to compete. It's like trying to do jiu-jitsu against a Brazilian. It's just part of the culture. So that's that.
The reason that they're so good at jiu-jitsu is because they invented the Brazilian. They shave all their pubes. That makes them more aerodynamic. Or aerodynamic down there.
And they have the capoeira, and they have Japanese people too down there. So nobody sells that short for Brazilians. They've got tons of Japanese people in Brazil and Peru. They haven't had a Japanese prime minister for a minute.
Did they have a lot of Germans there after the 40s?
Yeah, they're mixed. Yeah, dude.
Or am I thinking of Argentina?
Yeah, I read this one joke where I'm like against mixed race marriage. You know why, right?
Why?
Because I'm pro mixed race fucking.
Married people don't fuck. Shout out to my wife. I love
By
you.
the way, me and Monica are getting married, so
Congratulations! I just found out about that in the kitchen.
Yeah, nobody, and look, we're gonna keep it secret where it's at. But like I said, you're invited. I think John's gonna be down there to British John. Actually, there's quite a few comics from the Bay Area that are gonna be there at that spot. Actually, you don't have to be a genius to figure out that it's because Monica's a regular at the Comedy Store's Pretty Girl Show.
Pretty Girls with Don Barris.
With Don Barris. He's the longest running show at the Comedy Store.
It's a ding dong show.
She gets
Shout out Mary
girls.
Jane. Shout
Me
out
and
Mary
PJ
Jane.
don't
Mary
get to be on-
Jane.
Oh, by the way,
Simply Don.
We've got also a friend out in Australia. We're good in Australia.
Sean Morton.
Sean Morton.
Sean Morton Comedy. Check him out.
What
Are
about
they your
Old Man
friend
G?
or are they your
Yeah,
mate?
they're
No,
friends.
Old Man G.
Oh,
They
mate.
got a whole crew, bro.
Yeah.
They got a whole crew down in L.A. and I think they have they have such characters. They had this one dude that was their producer called Schizo Surfer.
They have a whole Aussie posse.
Yeah, they've got no, not the
Aussie posse.
The Aussies definitely got a good posse.
Their producer Hans Gruber got was in jail. He's in jail.
Right now.
He'll be out in June. He was
You know what? Your podcast sucks if your producer hasn't been in jail.
yeah. Danny?
Okay. I only do podcasts with Weinsteins, Epsteins. I
There you
want
go.
Steins in here. R.L. Stein of Goosebumps theme. Just anything with a Steen or a Stein is fine.
Have they all been in jail?
Yes.
Well, then that's what they all have in common with Danny. No, I'm
Yep.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was just a short time. It's only a misdemeanor. It's for fighting. Come on. Sometimes you catch.
Not really.
Sometimes you catch a fade. Sometimes the fade catches you. Sometimes you catch one when you're faded.
Sometimes you just gotta fade.
No, but Danny's dude, Danny's killing the game right now, dude. He's like I said, we just found out that he's going to shoot the show at Tommy T's.
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks. He just did that. Like I said, he's doing the Woodhams. He did a promo video for PX and Sam. And the promo video did really good. I threw it up on my YouTube and got a decent amount of views on YouTube.
I think PX, out of any comedian in the Bay Area, her name sounds the most like a math equation.
She's so nice.
She is.
She's so nice. I had to. She got the pleasure of texting back and forth with me recently, and she's like, she was just like,
Cover
what?
yours, Monica.
Okay.
She's all, what's wrong with
women?
What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this guy? You know. So she's like, because especially in the established comics, they have to be a little bit careful. Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, shit, let's get out of this shot. PJ's in it. Mm-hmm. We're doing good, dude. Like I said, the Tommy T, dude. I was so. Let's talk about the Tommy T's the last time that we were there and the blackout.
It was epic.
Oh yeah.
It's the blackout. It was last year at the blackout of 2020.
What kind of feedback did you get on that?
Well, we'll do a little bit of preamble. So PJ and myself were on a show at Tommy T's in Pleasanton, 5104 Hop Yard in Pleasanton. That's the address. And we had showed up. It was a midweek show, Wednesday or Thursday. And we had a good group of people, 60, 70 people waiting outside. Yeah. Lined up, single file.
Which is pretty much packed in there.
Yeah, on midweek, if you get around 100 people, you're doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm. This one's, by the way, our next show, I don't want to talk shit, but we're going to have probably over 150 people in there.
Oh, we will.
It's going to be super packed. Okay,
This show is going to be like a slutty mermaid. It's going to blow the other one out of the water. It's just going to blow it clear out of the water. That's the plan.
I was going to do a net hooker joke about being in the water connected to Natalie Wood.
Oh,
it's
timely. She's coming back.
She ain't coming back.
She ain't coming back. She gone.
What kind of wood doesn't float? Tiger wood, Annette Hooker in the water. Speaking of in the water, we don't have it. We'll save it for the show.
Yeah. Bringing nothing but topical jokes about 60s murders. Be there.
70s, right? She got murdered in the 80s. Natalie Wood got murdered in that. Wait, she's not even supposed to have been murdered.
Yeah, so we can cut this and just put it close. In the 70s.
Well,
the 80s.
They won't be able to find it.
In 1991.
Well, the hooker was yesterday, wasn't he? Wasn't she murdered? Well, they haven't found her body yet.
Yeah, she's still floating, yeah.
Somewhere.
Well, you know who the first person of interest was in that case?
Her husband.
No, Christopher Walken.
You're talking about Natalie Wood.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about the hooker lady.
That was our code for walking the dogs for a long time.
Yeah.
You go Christopher Walken?
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, see?
We're going to take the
She's looking at you right now.
Christopher Walken.
Oh.
We can't do that.
Do you think that
she's going to jump?
Do you think she'd like if I did my dog impression?
Was that?
See how convincing it is. Ready? Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide, Pitbull, woo-wee!
What's her ears perked up?
Yep.
She's a big Pitbull fan.
Yep, she is. She is Pitbull.
The dog I could do is the capital S O yes oppression double P O double G by T O double G. Yes, see? Snoop? No. What's my motherfucking name? Snoop Doggy.
Get it, boo boo. Get it, bushy.
That'd be appropriate though for Death Row.
I thought she was going to bark on that. I thought you almost had that. Yeah. That would have been impressive because she is not trained at all, bro.
She's probably bigger
I thought you had
Where
that.
my dog at?
Okay, let's get back to the show, dude. Because tell me about the lineup on the show. Because
we'll go back to what happened the last show. So
let's go back to the last show first.
So we had dozens of human individuals.
Yeah.
Standing single file like a long line for a ladies' room outside of Tommy T's, and then the power went out. Pacific Gas and Electric was on the scene to fix things, but despite their efforts, we had no power in Tommy T's Comedy Club.
And it was 115 degrees, you guys.
It was hot.
It might have been 175.
Fuck, bro.
Celsius.
Yeah. I'm
People
talking
were
about
melting
India. I've been in
left
India
and right. Humans were just
hot.
looking like nacho cheese all over the sidewalk, bubbling. But
there was a lot. There's older people too, so I guarantee everyone had swamp ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all had swamp ass.
We all had Everglades ass. It was just that wet, warm Florida ass. But the club said, "Hey, we can't get power going over here, but there's a tiny bar, kitty corner across the street, and they have a generator. So we get over there. They won't be able to charge credit cards, but people can pay cash for booze, and you guys can go tell your jokes." And so we did it.
And they went down.
We all crossed the street. I led them like Moses in Exodus, and I went to the front door of that tiny tavern, and I said, "Pharaoh, let my people joke."
And then literally the doors parted.
They did.
And then, by the way, it's getting dark.
Like the Red Sea or a horse.
By the way, it's getting dark, and there's no lights in there, and I don't know if they have a generator, because the generator is they can't serve beer or there's no fans. I know. I see the time. There's no beer and there's no fans, and so
there were fans. There were 80
there
comedy fans.
There was tons
80
of fans.
comedy fans. Were
Yeah,
there.
there were tons of fans, but the actual place itself was even hotter than outside.
Yeah.
And I walked in there and I was like, oh my god, because I wasn't ready. I was.
You didn't want to do it. You were like, hey.
I didn't want.
He's like, they can't hear my
Yeah,
voice.
TJ was like, I can't work like this.
You know what? You know what happened?
What happened?
Is
I know what happened. You fucking killed. You had a great set.
I thank you.
You were apprehensive, and you went up there with no power, and you said, to quote a great early 90s rap group, I've got the power!
Dude,
Bum,
can I tell you who hooked me up, though?
What happened?
I gotta give him a special shout out. What's the dude that worked? He's got two first names, like Andrew, Tony, or something like. He's a booker there. He's
At Tommy's?
Yeah.
I
He was
thought
there that night.
I thought that Barbie, who's one of the night managers, I thought she was the.
She was
booker
there.
that night.
She was there, but there was another dude that's an actual booker producer there.
His mind's escaping me right now.
But
what did he tell you?
He said, "Bro, I seen you at Swinging Doors. I don't know if you heard this. You were apprehensive. Like, yeah, man, my voice is all crackly, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it." And he goes, "Motherfucker," he's like, "You don't even know how loud you are." He's like, "I can hear you from across the fucking screen."
You don't need the
dude.
microphone. The microphone needs PJ.
You don't need the microphone. Most people, you have to tell people to put the microphone in the thing. You swallow the fucking microphone, bro. I was like,
he deep throats it. It's inspirational.
Yeah, it's like you don't even know how fucking loud you are. Now just go up there and go fucking do it. Do what you do best. They can't fucking see you. It's dark as fucking here.
Yeah.
And I was
unless
like,
you smile. This
yeah,
guy's
and even then you're gonna get yellow teeth from smoking.
They're gonna see British.
You'll see some yellow, yeah.
It's fine.
And so anyway, I went up there and I was already locked in. I had to tone it down a teeny little bit, but it was fantastic. And then I had that one girl that was finishing my punchline, so I just worked her in. Mm-hmm. I just worked her in, and we had a great night. I stayed 2 hours after.
So you're saying a girl helped you finish, Monica? Your thoughts?
Oh, I didn't think. Go for it. I don't know.
It was the first.
He had trouble finishing. Another woman helped him finish. No jealousy going on here?
It was fantastic. Yeah, we just brought the whole thing in, and now looking back at the pictures, Tyler, by the way, Tyler Peterson, also
Shout
killed. Out. Yeah, he's going to shoot the show coming up in a couple of weeks, and with Danny, and he got some great pictures of the night, and so now that night went from just an average Wednesday night to like one of legend, where the night the power came on, they didn't even have beer at that place for a minute.
Yeah.
You had to do the pump beer for a minute. So the crowd was empty. We had nothing. It was a dry bar comedy show.
Yeah.
Literally. And so go ahead, take it from there.
Oh, well, we just brought it. We brought the electricity to that.
Everybody had a great set.
Yeah. In fact, John Travolta in the 70s would describe it as electrifying.
Mm-hmm. And Anime.
It was Grease the Lightning.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, Anime is going to be there. She's not. Is that the only
Anime? She's very animated. She is.
When she sells, makes a real estate sale.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You know what really animates her is, I think she's into the rescue dogs.
Yeah,
she is. So everything she does is to help.
Isn't that your homegirl?
Oh, yeah. Anime and I go way back. So I think we've been working together on shows for almost 10 years.
Well, I didn't know she was doing it for that long. I thought she was like... Because I only met her like 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I could go into a deep dive, but I know that Anime is really not just funny, but she's corporate and professional. She kind of is the middle of this massive Venn diagram that you don't see in comedy. Reliable, funny, respectable, stable.
Yeah.
She is not mentally ill. She's a grown-up.
Exactly. Yeah, she's a pro's pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to be there. What about the headliner? Who's headlining?
Mo Jones. So this guy is a brilliant comic. He's, I don't want to say just a Christian comic, because he's so much more than the inspirational stuff. But he's been headlining for 20 to 30 years. He had been on Def Comedy Jam in the early 90s. I've seen him headline.
Okay. Where's he at on Instagram?
Mo Jones. Mo with no E, because he can't afford it. Mo Jones. I will look up his handle as we take our break.
They can look up Mo Jones. Everybody knows Mo Jones.
Mo Jones. Who? Mo Jones.
Yeah. Jim Jones, bitch.
He's also the namesake of the show. The show is going to be called Mo Funny, Mo Problems.
Mo Funny, Mo Problems. There ain't no problems with being funny.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I didn't
10 seconds.
I didn't know all the people on the line. We'll get into the lineup in a second, and then we're gonna get more into Charlie.
No, well, you guys can use this or not. But speaking of losing weight for the wedding, so my wife and I, we had the untraditional route that we had our oldest son about 1.5 years before we got married.
Okay.
And I weighed goal was to get under 200 pounds.
Okay.
For the wedding.
All right.
So I went vegetarian for 6 months. I was working out every day, and I got down to 195.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I looked very fuckable at the wedding, and I was very proud of that. And we went to Disneyland as part of our honeymoon. And my favorite picture of Disneyland had nothing to do with the characters or the statues of Walt Disney. I was standing on a guess your weight scale ride, and it said in massive numbers 195.
Oh yeah.
And my wife's not even in that picture. That's my favorite picture from the honeymoon because that proved I did it. I lost that weight, and then I proceeded to gain it all back over time with interest. But in the moment, PJ, I think you can do it. You got a couple months. I dropped 45 pounds.
How long do I got? Like 2 or 3 months now?
Yeah, 3 months. So yeah.
I got 3 months, so I'd have to lose like 10, 15 pounds a month. I think I could do it. The problem is I got a broken ankle. Nobody knows that, so I'm going to have to... I don't know if I'm going to have surgery on it, but I've been just getting by on cortisone. Like the second greatest shot of all time. You know what the greatest one was?
Heroin?
Probably the one Magic took for AIDS.
Oh, I was going to say.
I know.
Greatest shot of all time. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk.
That was not a bad shot.
Not a
Very
bad shot.
accurate.
People have been comparing me to Charlie Kirk on TikTok.
I think just because you're white. Like everybody white now, they get a Charlie Kirk comment.
But it's just like happened more than 10 times.
I think it's just an easy,
I can see
low-hanging
them.
fruit.
Well, Charlie Kirk was a handsome guy. You have an angular
That's what he
face.
has
They
in
took-
common.
You have the glasses. I see it. That's
Yeah,
not
he's
an
got the
insult.
Charlie
They have
Kirk.
Andre too. They tell on Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you look like Charlie Kirk. He said he's tired of going out to the comedy shows because it's the same line everybody uses.
Well, I just want to go on the record and say that I'm against violence towards any Charlie.
We are not pro killing Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Charles and Charles.
Speaking of Charlie, that's what they used to call. That's what the British call cocaine.
They did? I didn't know that.
You did not know that,
No.
bro.
I knew about that's what we called, was it the Koreans or the Vietnamese? That
Yeah, Checkpoint Charlie. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Charlie. Dude, it's so funny too because like even when I was young, everybody think I was on coke because I'm so wired, and they're like, hey mate, you got a little Charlie? And I was, huh? Like Charlie? And I was like, what? You mean the cologne? Yeah, because that's what age I'm from. Charlie, you know, and then Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
You know, that's heroin.
Or for the young kids now, Charlie bit my finger. It was a big internet.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was,
Okay, there you go.
a baby whose finger got bit by, I assume, a sibling named Charlie.
Okay.
And so I've had
There's
to
a
fight
lot of
rumors
Charlies.
that
There's
I
a lot
bite
of Charlies.
fingers for 10 years now. The internet comes for me at almost every show and say, Charlie, stop biting people's fingers.
Okay, let's get back to the show.
Keep phalanges out of your mouth.
Let's talk about the show at Tommy T's in a second,
Yeah.
and then we'll get to you. Did you pull that up? Perfect.
We're going to Tommy tease.
And
the
then
show
we're going
a
to
little
talk to you
bit.
about comedy. Yeah, that's why you're here.
We'll move to Tommy tease.
Yeah, Tommy T's. So we got Mo Jones, and then Anna Mae, and then there's some other guys. Shout out the other comics, and then we'll go right into like your comedy.
So Sarah Gambruno, who is hilarious, she's a theater kid who's gone out to the world, and she just sings and exudes hilarious energy. She co-hosts a podcast called The Trash, about pop culture trash, with Nate Spears, very laid-back, brilliant, cerebral, youngish black comic. And they're a couple. In fact, I think they maybe get married sometime soon.
Oh, no
And
way.
if they're not, I'm putting that pressure on them.
Oh, I know.
Sarah,
Nate.
you guys
I'm trying to think. Was
tie
Nate
that knot.
was Nate supposed to do was he supposed to be a Woodhams? No, this is the Tommy T show. So that's perfect. I was gonna have Nate on when we first started, but you know, like I said, the podcast hit ups and downs the first couple of years because my mom got sick right in the middle. You know what we call the studio here, right?
What do you call the studio here?
PMS Studios. Yeah, but not like Tom Segura where they have what's
Your
their
mom's
studio
house
called?
is theirs.
Yeah, this is
Why, mate?
yeah this
Okay.
this is Paralyzed Mama's house.
Oh, that's just cute.
PMS Studios, yeah. Paralyzed Mama Studios. Yeah, because there's Social Security's paying for the podcast.
Brought
Just
to you
kidding.
From Tom's
Just kidding. Just kidding. It's our IHSS. Speaking of indentured servitude, where they don't pay you.
Indentured. 'Cause she
Yeah,
has
it's
dentures.
very much. In fact, indentured servitude. They should call it indentured servitude for IHSS if it's your parents, because it's Did you know that it's the biggest employer in California?
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many sick people there are in California.
Yeah.
So they basically just if they're
Aging
sick,
population.
It costs so much money to take care of the elderly that they just kind of stick it on the kids. And if you're Asian, you're going to kind of do it anyway. And so they just pay you less to do it. So for a long time, I was taking care of my mom and sister. They hadn't paid me at all. And so like when they got really sick, the house had got run down, and it's like I had to basically go to court for almost like 5 or 6 years before I finally won 3 years worth of back pay, and then all the money just went back into the house. Cause here's a house. We bought the house for so cheap when we were young, and then I think I took over in '89 when my dad died. But you don't realize that when you bought the house like $80,000, so we're paying the taxes for $80,000.
But you bought the house literally a millennium ago.
Yeah, but you bought it a millennium ago. Yeah. Exactly. So
In the
you're just living
1900s,
here.
as the kids say.
Yeah, in the 1900s, and so
Way back
it's just a house to us. We don't know what it's worth.
Yeah.
We just live here. That's what we do, and so that's why the studio. My dad quit nuclear physics. He was nuclear physics, but he was actually dean of a music university. So we had our own music
Henceforth,
bartending music.
the nuclear tools that are all over here.
Yeah, exactly. You got tons and tons of Indian instruments, and that came from my mom, who is a singer. So I was never really into the whole entertainment thing. Until about 3 or 4 years ago. I always liked to write. I like to write poetry. I'm into that kind of stuff, but I wasn't really gonna go and do comedy. I like cars, and I was like into restoring cars and mechanical things. Working with my hands, and then just going to the gym. I actually was a personal trainer for a long time. I was in great shape. You couldn't tell now. That's why when you say that, can I crack off 40 pounds in 3 months? That is a challenge. I am going to. But can I tell you guys something right now?
You better tell us something right now.
At the next show, I'm going to be 15 pounds lighter. We got 2 weeks.
We have 2.5 weeks. Yeah.
I'm not eating shit. What's the best food, Monica?
No food.
That's what Pikram said. Didn't work out too well. Hope he likes tacos. He's in Mexico right now.
I'm sure he loves tacos.
Yeah, studio's doing great. Nothing affected him. So anyway, back to the thing. So I'm going to definitely take off some weight. Thanks for the inspiration. I'm definitely for the show because I got my film back from the last at Woodham's, and I'm wearing this like Mac Miller shirt, and it might as well just say Big Mac Miller because his face is right here and my belly's all showing.
It's a Big Mac. It's not Miller Lite.
It looks like you've had one too many Big Macs, dude. Yeah. If you weren't Hindu, it would be 100% locked that would be a Big Mac Miller shirt. But yeah, man, I'm a Hindu that eats beef. I'm cool with it. I don't have any problem. As long as I don't know any other Hindus, so nobody's really gonna care.
You know Hindus, you don't know any of
We
them.
got a Hindu and a Jubu in the house. Danny's converting over to Buddhism from Judaism. Yeah, he's a Buddhist now.
From Jewy to booty.
I was like, you wouldn't be the first. Babe, you ready?
Oh, you go first.
Okay, I'm gonna play a game with you. I'm gonna give you two types of skills.
Oh, also, there's one other comic I left out from.
Who did we leave out?
Dara Mack. So she's hilarious. I saw her for the first time at a venue called the Library.
Okay.
In the North Bay in Vancouver.
Okay. Dara Mack.
They converted an actual library, and they turned it into a cocktail bar.
Bro, my first job was at a library, like that when I was a little kid.
Well, hey, don't talk about it so loudly. It's the library.
But let's talk about Dara Mack. So we left her out. That's our bad.
She has great wordplay, really solid storytelling. She brings her family to all the shows, so you get
now I'm not
family love and disappointment at the same time. Front row every time.
Now I'm not even excited to do the show. Not to be on the show. Now I'm excited to see all the other comics.
New people you've never met.
I love it.
The thing that anybody who has a large hole in their bathroom in this area knows is that PJ likes to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
he's not a peeping Tom. He's a peeping
We gotta get a new tub. Did you see that? Anyway, back to that 5,500.
Nobody takes baths here.
It cost us $8,000 for the surgery before he died. Give him an $8,000 surgery.
And did he really need that boob job?
I don't know about him, but I do. Crowd work material.
Material all day.
Okay.
Crowd work is a nice tool, but you can't build a house with it.
Definitely, it's gonna be a little bit challenging to get past with crowd work.
Oh, 100%.
I could just see that. That's the thing I have in my head whenever people.
For every Matt Rife, there's a bunch of guys. What do you do for a living?
If you can pull people in, you might be able to sneak around getting past. Not physical, act outs.
Act outs. So if you can use cerebral, intellectual comedy and throw in a good act out, then you're golden for life.
I do not ever see you sitting on a fucking couch.
Well, what's great though, and nobody gives him credit for this, Cat Williams, who is in my mind an all-time great. Cat Williams not just writes great jokes, his act outs make every joke.
Oh, he's
perfect.
amazing, yeah.
He is a great combination of the physical and the cerebral at the same time. And people don't give him credit. They're like, oh, it's a pimp character, or He has the high-pitched voice. No, he is just a culmination of so many great comedy ingredients in that gumbo. Just being stirred together.
Did I tell you how?
He does.
Did I tell you how I cracked my ankle? Actually, everything was good until about 2 or 3 months ago, when I jumped off the chair doing David Carradine.
Yeah.
To Kill Bill. He killed himself.
He killed himself.
Yeah, because I've always wondered if you could jump off the top of the stool, and now we know the answer is no.
Not if you're over 50.
But it was worth it. I got so high, everybody was laughing, and that was not my closeout joke. So I jump off the top of the stool, and I kick the stool from underneath me. He killed himself. And then I talk about that.
And now you're killing yourself with that pain.
Exactly.
That pain is killing you.
Because you remember when he had the rice paper, and he had the tub of hot coal, and he basically sizzled the dragons on his forearm. So that was the entrance into Kung Fu. So he sizzled these dragons onto his forearms, and then toward the end of the intro, he's balancing on this rice paper. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of work to do and become fluent in the art of Kung Fu to jump off a chair with a rope around your neck and your dick at the same time. Oh. Yeah, that's a full blown. And I don't even know how you could do that, but he did.
It's a lot of balance.
Yeah, it's a lot of balance. He found the balance. He didn't find the balance.
Yeah, I got kicked out of my Kung Fu class for being too fat. They kept calling me Kung Food.
Kung Food? Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda.
Panda Express. I love Kung Fu Panda. Shout out Kung Fu Panda. Yeah. He was one of my favorite San Francisco Giants ever.
Oh, love Pablo.
He was awesome. Yeah. Everybody loves Kung Fu Panda. If you don't like Kung Fu Panda, there's something wrong with you. Go check yourself.
Here's the problem with Pablo Sandoval, though. He always signed his initials. I have a baseball signed by Pablo, and there's just a big PS on it. So I look at that baseball and I think, this guy's writing me a letter and he wants to add something at the end.
He never got.
I don't know what he's saying.
Yes,
go on.
Yeah,
yes.
He was much better at hitting than he was writing. For sure,
most definitely.
If he was smashing the ball and the spread at the end of the game. Oh, he was definitely but we love. Was he Venezuelan?
He was from one of the countries down south. Maybe it was Venezuela, maybe Guatemala. I do know.
He was definitely not Guatemalan. I forget what.
He was one of the only players who took the name Giant seriously.
Venezuelan.
He was Venezuelan. I knew it.
That's some on-air producing right there.
Yeah, thank you, Danny.
Great switch hitter, drafted as a catcher, became a third baseman. Only the second man in history to 3 home runs in 1 World Series game.
This is the Pablo Sandoval
stud.
Yeah, we love him. Hey, do you know Marty Lurie?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Not personally, but I love listening on the radio.
I was trying to get him to go to the show too.
Whitey Ford.
I was trying to get him because I'm one of his fans. I was trying to get him to go to the show too. Mm-hmm. That'd be wild if we had Marty Lurie and Mark Ibanez.
Well, Marty Lurie would bring that historical. I remember watching a man open for Mark Twain, and it was a great show.
I remember that Pecan. Yeah. Remember Pecan?
Pecan.
I ran into him the other day.
Peaches, Pecan.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. Next one. Okay, this one's premise, punchlines.
Punchlines.
All day. Topical, personal.
You have to do both. I don't think you can be just topical and hold a crowd. Even Jon Stewart, who does all these great stories about the news and politics, if you don't have a sense of who the person is delivering the material, you're not going to watch them for an hour. You watch them for 20 minutes.
You start off personal, then go into topical?
I start off loud.
you gotta be loud.
Who said I stopped?
No, I said I tried to sprinkle in the stuff about my wife and my kids in the middle, but no matter how wordplay based, pun based,
I don't know where you're next.
People want to know who you are before they're gonna laugh at your story.
So right here.
Yep, start right there.
Mesmerized.
That's memorized.
Oh, sorry, I can't see. I don't have glasses. Oh, my glasses. Oh, my glasses.
Memorized or present?
Okay.
Well, if you're living in the present, the people will be mesmerized.
There you go.
That's a double.
But one of the secrets of stand-up is what
I got it now.
The illusion of improvisation. So you want to know your material down packed, but make it seem like every time is the first time. Probably like being a prostitute. You want to see like the magic of the first time.
Before.
Yeah.
Every time.
Bring him back.
Bike, yeah.
Bring him back. Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Tight 5.
Or
virtual jokes.
Viral joke.
Oh, see? Why do I? Yeah, I can't. I don't have my glasses.
Well, the game is changing. So I used to call my dick the funny 5. But your tight 5, the stuff that you just really know, that's what gets you in clubs.
Yeah.
That's what gets you on the road. Viral jokes, people are seeing left and right. You can have a couple funny sketches, but once you're on stage, people can sniff you out in about 90 seconds.
Yeah.
They'll give you the grace period of a minute and some change, but you need to be able to bring
You
it.
think it's even less now?
Probably.
I feel like it's even
With
less
our
now.
attention spans, it's probably
Yeah.
less. You have 43 seconds.
I've got it down. I've got it actually down to. I've done the research on it. Like I did because I just think it's interesting. I done the research on how fast it is to hook a Gen Z person. It's 1.7 seconds. You got
For what?
1.7 seconds to try to hook them for
Oh, yeah.
something.
Yeah.
You know, it's because even on
That's
your
why
videos,
if you use fentanyl.
the
It gets
king
the hook
exactly.
right
Yeah.
away.
That
that's
could.
not
You gotta open with the Fenty, baby.
downward spiral. That's my favorite yoga position. You're just bent over. Now it's like, dude, I'm looking at the shorts, and there's different ways you can run the game with your personal stuff. You can put it up there for like a minute and see how many views you get, or you can break that down into 4 15-minute seconds, and then break it down again into 2 8-seconds and run all of them at the same time, which would have taken you forever before. But now AI does it. But the shorts, the AI doesn't.
Oh yeah, the technology is really helping us with this stuff.
It doesn't pick up what's really funny. It cuts it off. It doesn't have timing. Like it just doesn't have timing yet. It's got jokes. The AI's got jokes. I hear some people. It sounds like they've got AI jokes, but you can tell if they're letting the AI write their jokes because the repetition of the jokes is going to be the same. That's how the filters tell if you're AIing.
So did you ever listen to the George Carlin AI special?
It was really good.
Oh.
I was sadly impressed.
Yeah.
The opening joke. A lot of people say, "Hey George, we haven't heard from you in 20 years. It's because I've been fucking dead." And I go,
Yeah, it was really.
that
good.
is exactly how George would
It was
open a show
really,
Wow.
really
if he
good.
came back to life.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly impressed by that.
And-
And I hated myself for liking it. Because we're being replaced by robots, and we're okay with it.
We're totally okay. Well, I thought of a solution, but nobody will ever do it.
Let us, what's the solution?
Uh-oh.
Everybody at the same time on the planet to make the planet the only way we could save ourselves is we're going to fucking we're headed for destruction. Is everybody would have to put their cell phones down at the same time and just not use them, and just say fuck it.
Hold that thought. Let me make a note on my cell phone to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, look.
Exactly.
Sorry,
we're
you're
too
saying.
locked in. Yeah, we're too locked in. It's like we're locked. We're just locked in on a drug spiral because it's too easy to do stuff with us. They don't know about when we were young, Charlie. A lot of these kids, they don't know about waiting for weed. They don't know about
They
not
don't know about
knowing
printing pornography.
Going to trap houses to get weed.
You're going to trap houses to get weed. You don't know how. Wait a second. People come here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, then we don't. They don't
The
know
address
about.
is flashing below.
It's just too easy to do stuff, and it's just getting even easier. There's a good chance that this podcast is going to be seen through our new AI website because we set up a whole new, basically a place to dump our content called Death Row Productions because Danny's doing a lot more productions with hip hop.
Death Row.
Yeah, not death as with an F because I don't listen to anyone. And then I had the Brass Monkeys Garage, and so it's just there's always like a monkey involved with something as we keep going. Yeah,
Shout
monkey
out
business.
DeathRowProductions.com.
Yeah, and so it's
Row.
me, Monica, and Danny. We started that production thing for our content. Monica's doing the yoga, so everybody's doing kind of separate things. But we were getting too much material, and I couldn't keep up with just posting what we're doing with all the just between doing a couple of mics, 2 or 3 mics, and maybe a podcast every 2 or 3 weeks. That's a full-time job.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. But they see you for the last 5-10 minutes on stage. They don't realize that you're that 10 minutes, 5 minutes. That's the tip of the spear. That's from 50 years of experience and all that other stuff. And then they wonder like, why do you guys get paid so much? This is the best part. We don't get paid at all. We do it because we love it.
We get paid in experience and free tickets.
Love the shit because you wouldn't be doing it. You wouldn't put up with it unless you at least killed a couple of times. You wouldn't have the heart to stay in it.
You know what really throws you off though? Because I would say I call myself the professional amateur comedian or the POC. Because I've been doing this forever. I've opened for some big names, but never really done extensive touring. I've always had a full-time day job and I have my family. But when you do get a decent comedy check, not that I've gotten a lot of them, but when you work for tips and drink tickets and somebody pays you $1,200 per show to do 3 shows in a weekend, your mind almost explodes. And
Yeah,
you go,
that's amazing.
I could actually make a living off this. And then 2 weeks later, you're back to gone up.
Yeah, then you subdivide. How many
I'm
hours did it
headlining
take
for
to get there?
$45 and 2.
How many hours did
Yeah.
it take to get there? You know.
Oh, you get your 10,000 hours. You need to get it.
Yeah, and so even and however, get them wherever you can get them. Oh, by the way, Doug Stanhope stole one of my bits.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, but I did do it because I went into city council and just talked shit to the city.
Call him
council.
Rainbow
Yeah, you're sure
Co-
he stole it. It wasn't just parallel thing.
No, he didn't steal my bit. That's
This-
fucking Doug Stanhope. But he walked into city council and ran a whole thing about his buddy that killed a bunch of people.
Chuckles.
What's
Well,
that?
it was a comedy show. There was a comedy club
It
called.
was a comedy club. You heard about that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah, so he went around. So he went to City Hall and asked him to keep the comedy club open or something like that. It was hilarious, dude. Like City Hall.
You get 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, you get 3 minutes. I said, just grab a. It's like we don't have a comedy store anymore. So I just want to tell everybody in the comedy world to come over here and get their 3 minutes at City Hall. They have to give it to you.
Yeah.
If
have
that's
to.
not great promo, I don't know what is.
Yeah. I mean, you did it way before that.
When I went to
Rainbow
I didn't have a
Coalition.
camera guy, but one of my neighbors tried to burn my house down. More or less because his pit bull ran inside my house, and I ended up suing him for $6,500. None of that stuff had to happen. But he lied and said he didn't have homeowners insurance, and I'm like, bro, you got homeowners insurance. All the homeowners insurance would have done. I had to go to the hospital.
That's probably also a matter of public record. You can just look up if he has homeowners.
Well,
I looked it up.
Looked it up, and they had canceled their homeowner insurance, right? Because they knew we were going to look it up, and so but you have to, when you go in and get stitched up, they have to call the cops, the hospital. So they're dragging you down the long path of suing someone. Then they charge you a shitload for this rabies shot. And can I tell you something? There has not been a case of rabies in the United States since 1890.
The shot was for the dog or for you?
They shoot it. I think they shoot it in you. Yeah, they shoot it in you. No, because the dog is a.
That's why people, they shoot it
It was
at the
just
owner and then we kiss
Dude,
the dog on the
It
mouth.
was just
That is how we
It was
transmit
just an accident.
the medicine.
I didn't want the dog to get put down or anything because he got in a fight with my dog. So anyway, whenever having to go to court, he was pissed, so he tried to burn down my house. And I was like, bro, he'd already been in trouble for burning down a house. When he had gotten in, I was like, is this some shit that just runs in your family? You just did it twice. You got learning layers like Whitney Houston's daughter. You know? You don't want to die smoking crack in the bathtub. And so, so we had so much beef over here. We had to shut the podcast down for a minute because people were mad.
You had to put it down like the dog.
Yeah, we
I
actually.
feel like a big deal about putting down a dog. Putting down a dog, you're slow. You're lazy. I just put her down.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Putting down a dog, you're
English.
just insulting a dog.
They
That's
don't
the
know
big deal.
Yeah, if you got beef with your dog, you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got beef with my dog. We're more than happy. So anyway, we did the people. It's kind of silly because I think I started later in my life. I think a lot of people were hoping that I didn't really make it, and then the podcast started doing really well, and we didn't have a sponsor or anything like that. So we had a joke that it was blacked.com. But obviously we can't push the porno, so it was just a running bit, and then we printed off the shirts, and the shirts started selling. So basically, what I'm trying to say is my comedy career, if not this podcast, is one bit that just got out of control.
Yeah.
Well,
Sort of like the Trump.
like death or death row, comedy is a life sentence. That when you really care about it, you're not going to stop until you're done.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 90 years old hosting the open mic at some retirement home, doing the same 5 minutes over and over.
You know what's
For
gonna be
people who
great?
can't remember that I've already done it. That's
Yeah,
the dream.
exactly. That's what's so great. You can just
I'm
keep
big
doing
with the
same-
Alzheimer's crowd.
My mom's got dementia and Alzheimer's.
Shout out the greatest generation.
Yeah, I just keep playing the same movie.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You know what? She recently.
Is that movie The Never Ending Story?
Exactly.
There you go.
Recently,
That's a
yeah,
great.
me on
That's
the
a
mic.
great story, by the way.
Great movie.
Yeah, great
Me on
movie.
the mic. My introduction's on the mic. Never-ending story. But anyway, back to my mom. She's doing a lot better now, and I didn't think that she could turn it around because they told me she was going to die. That's another whole story that I came up, or not a whole story, but a whole thing that happened when she was sick. Like they did not want to take care of her because it cost so much money, but we had full insurance. So when you buy the extended insurance, the hospital has a higher chance of not taking care of you. That was the thing with Mangio. That same people that tried to screw him, which was the United Healthcare, tried to screw me because they own this Hills Physician Group. And they were trying to say that I wasn't covered for this, that, and the other thing. And the reality was my mom had which she didn't get here, by the way. She got septic shock at a care home because she was sick for a minute, and they put her in the care home, and they didn't clean her well. Well, anyway, they came at me so hard, and for almost like 2 years, when I would go in, I was feeding my mom at the hospital, and I would feed her, and they wouldn't tell me what was wrong with her, and then they started getting more and more aggressive, and then I forgot I was a comic. So it wasn't really gonna work. That's why I got these Ray-Ban with the lenses on it, because you wouldn't believe some of the shit.
Roy Orbison look you got going on.
They told me.
Woody Allen, the look is coming back.
My eyes are really that bad. That's why Monica drives at night. So yeah, so she's doing well now.
Well, in her defense, she looks Asian, but she's not.
She's doing well now, and she's got.
So she can drive at night.
Yeah.
I know she, and it's what's amazing. She's turned around, so she's gonna actually maybe get to see me at one of the shows. Maybe I'll try to bring her into the Tommy T's, but I know she's getting better. You know why? Because I asked her if she liked my comedy, and she said no. It sucks.
Please don't put it on.
So
Yeah.
don't put it on. She's good.
So she's
always
fully aware.
so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Her ears work.
I'm so embarrassed. I thought I'd touch you better. My dad would kill me if he heard one of my sets. He would just kill me. He was in the military though, so maybe not.
Sometimes you put it on. You put the podcast on over there, or your comedy on there, and she calls me. She goes, "Moni, change that, please. Turn it off." And I'm like, "Oh my God, she doesn't want to see your voice."
I
Yeah.
wasn't ready to die.
Yeah, not yet.
Until now. Just
I'm like, okay.
beta.
That's the best way to get rid of people though. Just put on the Indian classical and just crank it up.
Oh
You know, our
yeah.
neighbors love it. The high frequency.
I think there's this.
Are
Per-
you,
I think.
classical, we're talking Dave Doss. Do you go Dave Doss on the classical? Maybe some Kabi Goshi Kabi Gam?
You want to go? Okay, when we go classical, my mom goes Lata Mangeshkar, which is like she thinks she's Bengali. Or we go full classical. They still love Ravi Shankar and stuff. You know, like I said, he was a family friend at the time. You know, so until my dad passed away. But Ali Akbar Khan's a family friend too.
Oh, very cool. So you guys
Yeah, well, he's in San Rafael.
deep roots and there's a huge Indian population in San Rafael.
We came in
Danville,
1967.
Dublin. Yeah.
67. My dad came here to the East Coast, and then we moved here in 78.
You guys were like reverse Mayflower. You were real Indians coming over here.
Exactly. In fact, if Christopher
Columbus would have been pissed.
Yeah, he would have been correct right now. I'm the third Indian, though. You know the first two, right?
No.
Dot and a feather. I'm the one with the laser on his sig. You gotta have like one gangster Indian or like
Turn it sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have one of those. So we got one more minute on this this section right here. Then we'll do like one more section and
Finish this off.
We're gonna finish. No, we're gonna finish in the next section.
Yeah,
We're
I'll
only
do the
1 minute
last
down.
one. I can read it.
You can read the
The
last
section
one.
Yeah.
about Charlie, it's the C-section. Just
She can
Yeah.
read. Okay, for everyone, Monica passed. She's got her bachelor's degree. She can read. In case you're wondering, she
I don't
really
like to wear
can't
glasses.
See because she doesn't want to wear her glasses for the show.
No.
You know, so realize that.
started
I'm
booked
not,
on the Pretty Girl show down
yeah,
there.
we're not
You can
getting
be booked on
someone
the
that can't
Naughty
read.
Librarian show if you throw some glasses.
She
on.
does.
Come
She does all my.
Sometimes they say the Golden Girls because they're a little bit older. They made
Everyone's
fun of
all-
them.
The Pretty Girl show. You mean the Golden Girl?
Yeah, that's
That's
what
what-
old man G said.
That's what old
on.
man.
So you have to tell them, hey,
Yeah.
thank you for being a friend.
Yes, there you go.
For me and a friend.
Traveling down the road and back again.
Bro, here's what's the worst part is I'm older than all the Golden Girls.
Wow.
Yeah, all like they were in their 40s. They were 48, 49
And Betty
Yeah.
White was still with us until pretty recently.
till
Yeah.
recently, but she was only like when she was doing that show 52. I'm 56.
Wow.
So, you know.
They might have used makeup, I think, to make him look
You
older.
think they
This
look
guy uses
older?
makeup though. I mean, come on, you've seen it.
Okay, to be
You think this
truthful,
is
The mustache.
No, I got it right here on the mustache because this side is white and this side is gray, so I have to make it the same. All right, here we go. We're
Y'all
gonna
ready for this?
we're gonna go through a couple more and then we'll come back to it. We're gonna go to your kids.
All right, so we're going to go for the NCAA bracket style
We're gonna-
March Madness comedy finals.
Yes,
A
exactly.
lot of money is riding on this right now.
Exactly.
The men's event, the women's event, everything.
This is my new comedy coach, you guys.
There you
I don't know
go.
if you know him. He's online. I'm gonna put his link on the bottom, but I always listen to this dude. It's his name's Londell or something.
Is it a podcast? Is it?
I don't know if he has a podcast, but he's been coaching comedy
okay.
for a good minute. Okay, are you ready? Okay,
Let's do it.
This is
play safe or bombing.
It depends on the venue. If you really have to say, play it safe in a big room, bomb in a small room. The more that you bomb in a smaller room, you'll learn what the parameters are of playing it safe in a bigger room.
I'm gonna go with bombing on that because I think that's what you really meant. Writing or delivery.
It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. I think it's got to be a hybrid. You have to be able to deliver the material, but if you have great writing with bad delivery versus bad writing with great delivery will win. So I think that if you really have to pull straws, great delivery beats great writing, which makes me sad as a joke writer.
Here's the thing: is okay. So you got great delivery, but you know, if you're not writing anything, what are you saying? You know, you're gonna be like doing like ham bone comedy.
But what's the venue?
Ham bone comedy.
What's the venue? You're delivering to people. If you're writing, because I have a background in journalism, I just write a humor column, Spinking Outside the Box. And if you're writing to people, they get to interpret it. Their delivery is what helps them understand.
Okay, let's use.
But you're watching a performance. If you don't deliver the material to the people, if you're leading this crowd to read into what you're saying without anything on paper, we're lazy. We're not going to do it.
That's true.
So the delivery has to bring the material to the people.
The delivery is going to be the amount of mics that you do, so you get the stage time to really get that writing down.
Yeah, you need both. To be great, you need to do both.
Yeah, it's
but
tough.
Great delivery with mediocre material over amazing material with shitty delivery.
So we're going to go with delivery over writing. I'm surprised on that, but you do have good delivery, so it's not 100% thing. Writing over or delivery over bombing.
Delivery.
Okay. Delivery over
because
bombing.
The reason that you're bombing is oftentimes because you're not delivering.
That was an easy one. Okay, so right now you went type 5. Type 5 knocked out viral joke. Type 5 against present.
You don't have to be present for your top 5. If you're doing your top 5 or you're doing your type 5, you're usually one of many comics doing their type 5s, and you need to stand out. So it's not about being present. It's taking the moment that you've remanufactured and recycled for so many audiences and trying to give them
type 5 is looking strong.
Yeah,
type 5 is like Michigan.
Yeah,
type 5 is like Michigan.
They're the blue bloods. Yeah,
they're type 5.
Type
top
5. Of the bracket. Baby.
You know who I see type 5 competing against right now?
Against Duke.
No, against Personal.
Oh, okay.
I can see that going because we're moving down the bracket. Okay, so now it's bombing versus delivery.
Well, delivery.
Oh, we did that. Yeah. We did that. We already got that.
But the bombing, does it really depend on the audience? Because you always said, man, people, if you're doing jokes and
many things. But at the bottom line, I never think that there's such a thing as bombing. I just think that you didn't learn what you needed to learn, so hopefully you learned something new right then.
Well, I think it was
experience.
I want to say it was Ron White who said this, but that's the difference between an amateur comedian and a professional. Isn't the amount of money you're getting paid? Is that a real comedian, a professional comedian, somebody who it's really in their blood? You have to learn not to tolerate bombing, but to love bombing, because there's no such thing as bad stage time. There's stage time that goes better than others. But bombing on stage is productive. It teaches you what to do next time to get away from that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the only stage time you'll ever regret in stand-up is the stage time that you don't take, is the time that you turn down.
Exactly.
Everything else is productive and fun and beautiful. And we get to live in the moment and be part of other people's lives for every moment we're on stage.
Who would have ever guessed bombing made it this far? Like bombing. Okay,
but what is comedy without bombing?
Mm-hmm. There's absolutely.
That's why you want to see it live versus TV. It's the car wreck. It's that people want to see us tank.
There's people that think they never bombed.
Yeah.
There's people. I think I might be one of them.
Well, those people are delusional people.
I'm definitely
and
one
delusional people are known as stand-up comedians.
Exactly.
I think we had a comedian one time said, "I've never bombed," and everyone turned to her and said, "What?" I don't know.
Well, once again, that was the comedy gods.
Yeah.
Because. Oh no, I'm not. I can't. Do
yeah,
that
you can't say. Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't do it.
God's daughter. We're for saying that. No, I'll tell you who it is after. Now we're at type 5 is all the way into the semifinals. Type 5 is going against delivery.
Well, I don't know if those can really compete.
I don't think you can separate.
Because your 5 best minutes are the minutes that you deliver the best. And the ones that you're delivering the most frequently.
In an unorthodox move, we're teaming them up. Type 5 and bombing are going head-to-head against personal and material.
Well, type 5 and bombing is what hurts the most. Because when you're doing your best material, and it's just tanking, it's just sucking a bag of dicks in front of a crowd, you question every decision you ever make. You question every comma that you've put in your joke.
I think that's what
That's the worst feeling in comedy.
Oh, is that?
I think that's what made me cry.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
doing your best stuff
Yeah.
to nothing. And that's when you realize the best of my best isn't good enough. And that's the fear that we all have as comedians before we get up there. That we're not going to be funny. That our best isn't going to make these people laugh. So, bombing with your tight five is a fate worse than death. Or for you guys, a fate worse than death, because we're not trying to...
This is the best segment I've ever had.
Make sure
Now, okay, so now here we go. We got, like I said, material and personal are taking off. Type 5 and bombing. But I'm going to throw writing in there. Writing, bombing, type 5 is a 3. And now they're going against each other. So tell me what you're going to go with. Personal and material, or type 5 and bombing and writing.
So you can take 3 of those 4 and put them together.
We're putting them together.
If your type 5 is personal, and nobody else can replicate that, because we talked about this a little bit during the break, that any good comedian that's been working for a decade has had some asshole steal one of our jokes.
Oh.
Maybe it's the premise, maybe it's the punchline, maybe it's the whole damn thing. But if something is truly personal to you, they can't steal your life. They can steal your premise. They can steal your punchline.
Yeah.
They can't steal your person.
Wordplay,
You need something that's personal, that's well written, that's theft proof. You want to have...
But you shouldn't feel like people are going to steal your jokes. You're already good enough to write jokes. You can just write some more. I've had hundreds of jokes. I've done hundreds. I've had at least 5 or 10 that I can think of taken.
That's
no
true.
problem.
But they say that jokes are your babies. Do you think that any parent has a miscarriage and goes, you know what, we'll make more babies? No, you still need time to mourn. We've raised these jokes. These jokes have been
They're
with
part
us.
of us.
Yeah, they're really a part of who we
They're
are.
part of us, yeah.
And I've had a number of my jokes, and some of them I think it's parallel thinking. 1 or 2 I can specifically point out that I opened for somebody and they took my joke. And that is such a treacherous act to take somebody's material that they've slaved away from, or slaved away over, and just take it on as your own.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could write more jokes. My goal is to write 3 jokes a day, every day.
We're the same that's
So you have 1,000 a year, right? It gives you this idea that if I hit 1,000 a year, even though I'm working full-time at my soul-stealing job, I'm a comedian.
Maybe 5 will be good.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping if I'm writing 1,000, 150 of them are really good.
Yeah.
90 of them I take to the stage. 60 of them get battle-tested enough.
Have you
and
actually, are you just making up those numbers, or have you actually kind of like...
No, I actually
checked
keep
it?
track. I think I showed you my joke journal.
Yeah, it looks really good, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
The joke journal. Mine's just like trash.
So at the end of the
We'll
year,
show a picture of it later.
I go through all of my journals. I number the pages of my journals. I number the jokes. And I see how many I've written. So my goal is to always write 1,000 jokes a year. Honestly, I don't think I've hit the 1,000 the last 3 or 4 years in a row. My number will be like 842.
Yeah.
Or I got up to, I think, 970 a couple of years ago.
Okay.
When I was younger, I did the 1,000 pretty much every year for about 10 straight years.
Okay.
But you need that goal. You need a horizon to sail towards, or you'll give up on the trip.
You're one of the few guys I know that I can go joke to joke with, like where we just stack the jokes on top of each other. I can't do it with that many people.
Well, that's what real comedians do. You don't turn it off. Or are you always on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Being a comedian means
PJ's always
you're
on.
always on. Maybe it's not your voice, your delivery. Maybe it's not your hat toss. But we're always ready to find the funniest part of any statement, remix it, and make it our own.
Okay, now we're going to put this aside. We know where you're coming from. I want to talk
My
about
dick, the end of my dick.
Speaking of the end of your dick, let's talk about your family.
Great transition. So I'm a true minority in comedy because I'm happily married.
Amazing.
That's why I'm looking forward to you guys being married.
It's going to be amazing. Yeah, let's talk about your wife and kids and how you balance that out with your comedy. And then we can put this
Done
away.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're getting to the personal stuff. We're actually applying the things that we
We
talked
are.
about.
We're taking those little attributes and building them up. So
Full circle.
my wife and I have been together for 18 years.
Whoa.
Married for 16 of them this October.
Fantastic.
We got married on 10-10-10.
Oh.
Or as Romans call it, porn. XXX. It's a penetrating joke. But early on, my wife knew that I loved stand-up. But when her and I started dating, I was in a bit of a hiatus. I was only doing probably 1 to 2 mics a month.
Okay.
When I was in college, especially during the summer when I didn't have class, I was doing, 50 mics a month. Pretty much. I'd do a couple a night most nights I could. I went to college in Riverside, which is about an hour from LA. So I would do during the week the stuff in the Inland Empire, and on the weekends I'd make it out to North Hollywood, Pasadena, Greater Los Angeles, Long Beach, wherever I could do shows. San Diego every now and again. But I was really hitting those mics. When I met my wife, I was just doing a couple a month. And so she thought, oh, it's a nice little hobby. This is something he's into.
Your hiatus is my baseline.
But yeah, I remember thinking I hadn't done comedy. When our older son was born, I hadn't hit a mic.
When's the older
in
son
about
born?
6 months.
What year?
Months.
You were married in
2009.
Okay, that's right. He was
We
born
had him
before.
in advance.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the coming attraction.
Okay.
We had him. He was the trailer. We dropped the trailer for the wedding.
Oh.
And it was an adorable baby boy.
It was a white wedding.
Well, it's a half-white wedding. My wife's Filipino.
That's right. It's a half-white wedding. I forgot about. I walked into that, so.
It's a nice day for a half-white wedding.
So you guys are Catholic. That's not a problem.
Oh, we are Catholic all day, every day, twice on Sundays.
Do you guys actually go to like church and stuff?
Yeah,
still?
we do.
Fantastic. That's so fantastic. You know we need comics.
Well, our kids are in Catholic school.
Okay.
And
That's
I went
nice.
to Catholic school. So it's not just the faith, it's the community.
Okay.
Yes,
And by that I mean we're guilted into it by the community.
my
It's like,
attorney-
we didn't see you at Mass.
My attorney's wife was actually the principal of one of the Catholic schools in the area in Hayward. I don't want to say which one, but he had been disbarred 6 times.
He's our attorney right now.
He
Too.
was also my mentor.
been disbarred, so
He had been disbarred 6 times.
yeah.
Mainly for
It
Yeah,
was
DUI
It
too.
was a Catholic high school in
Can we
Hayward.
shout him out? He's a retired.
Yeah.
Right? He was actually an ex-Vietnam soldier, bro. I have do you know that character in Breaking Bad?
I didn't watch Breaking Bad now.
Okay, Breaking Bad. There's a guy named Sal who's an attorney, and basically Sal, the attorney, is my attorney, Ernie Sanders.
It's based on
Ernest Anderson.
Ernie
yeah.
the attorney. That's
Ernie the attorney. Ernest
Ernie
Anderson.
the
He was
attorney. That
district
should be
attorney.
the ads.
Dude, he was in Vietnam.
Take that, Ann Fong.
He was in the he was in the Tet Offensive. Anne Fong's parents might have been in the Tet Offensive. Speaking of,
They saw something wrong.
yeah, there definitely was something wrong, you know. Then he, like I said, I think he was Irish, so he had a little bit of a drinking problem.
As our
And
people
so,
do.
so he got a couple of DUIs like back in the 80s and stuff like that. So he got disbarred for because you can't, you know, be a district attorney if you have a DUI. You know.
But you said that he was the principal of Hayward.
His wife was.
So,
I don't think that's really a strike against you. Get a couple of DUIs.
Moreau, she wasn't. Was it Moreau?
I think that makes you authentic
Moreau.
Catholic.
Yeah.
You got a drinking problem? There's nothing more Irish and Catholic than that.
It's a prerequisite. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're all about. Drinking, Catholicism. Why do people go to church? Free drinks. You went there because the blood of Christ.
couple
was
glasses
free.
of wine.
Yes, that's true.
It's a 2-sip minimum. It was one of the first comedy
2-sip minimum.
2-sip minimum.
Couple of 2 shekels.
Couple of shekels.
Couple of
just come on
shekels. Get your shit together.
in. Go way out of that. Come on inside. You get to eat a body. You get to free drinks.
Danny, how many minutes
That's
are
a
we
party.
at?
15.
15. So we're solid.
Yeah.
So okay. So now you're married.
Have your
for,
kid.
Yeah.
And so now so when did you move up here?
Oh, well, I guess I could take that back. So I went to college down south, and then I didn't graduate. I left college. It's a fun, long story that my dad loves. When I talk about jokes and how much they cost, my dad's least favorite joke I ever wrote is called college. He doesn't like it because he wasted $60,000 on that joke.
What school was it?
Hopefully he won't have to pay it back.
UC Riverside. I went to the University of California, Riverside. And while at Riverside, I had a lot of fun. I had some plays produced. I wrote for the school paper. I got an NYU for post-grad as a playwright. But guess what? When you drop out as a senior, they don't want you going there post-grad.
You're not allowed to be in postgrad.
You're not, but I did some specialty coursework at UCLA when I was down there. I had a great college experience, but I was not good at time management. So I was
ADHD?
thinking, no, I wish. I think that would help me focus. But I was producing plays, directing plays, doing stand-up. I wrote an award-winning humor column. I got flown to New York for these national awards when I was writing. And then I didn't win the award, so I had my Kanye moment where I just flipped out on people at the national SPJ, the Society of Professional Journalists Conference in New York City.
Okay.
I had a great Kanye moment that I wish that cell phones had cameras back then because I would like to be captured at my lowest. But yeah, after Riverside, I came back up here and right away dug into the scene. I got back into doing stand-up at Tommy T's, which wasn't just in Pleasanton at the time. Tommy used to have a bunch of clubs.
Okay.
So I do Tommy's in Sacramento. He had a club in San Francisco for a little while. and I just got reallocated into the scene doing comedy. I met my lovely wife. I had a bit of hiatus, and then once we had our baby,
What it was in 2009.
it was in 2009, and I credit my older son with getting me back into comedy.
How old is your
Because
oldest son right now?
He is 17. Turned 17 last month.
Okay.
And it just makes me feel so
What's the age gap between the kids?
So this is fun. The age gap between my two kids, not planned. 4 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, and 1 day. Perfectly numeric.
Really?
It counts down in a way that maybe only somebody with ADHD.
Could I have
would
walked
appreciate.
into more of a setup?
Yeah.
You're Cliff Clavenphobic.
And guess what? I found out that difference. I wasn't just sitting around calculating. We have, as lots of parents do, street signs made for your kids as like a fun birthday present. And it has the name of our kids' favorite superheroes on it. And then the address is just the day that they were born. So we have them hanging in our downstairs bathroom. I'm pissing, looking up at Batman Boulevard and Robin Way, and then reading the numbers across. And I realize, I know they're about 4 years apart. They're 3 months apart. Exactly 2 weeks and 1 day. This perfect descending equation for the difference between my two kids, who are both hilarious. My older son, he's the president of the improv troupe at his private high school. He's really, really funny. He's got it going on.
Hopefully he'll walk away from improv.
Yeah, hopefully he'll walk away. He doesn't realize. Having a son that does improv is like being a football player and being a punter.
It's like
and your son's like, "Fuck you, old man. I'm
being
going to be a punt returner." You say, "No son of mine is returning punts in this house."
Special teams.
Yeah, they're both
You got
special
special
teams.
needs.
Yeah,
You got special needs if you're going to special teams.
they are. So, but they're two sides of the same coin, really. If you're a punter and a punt returner.
Do you think anybody's even going to get that? Like,
They probably won't.
No,
There's got to be
comics
some.
will get that.
Well, I think as somebody who's known for puns, talking about punting should work. If I'm just kicking these
For
things.
all you guys that are out there, like comics, especially ones that write jokes, have total beef with improv comics and or crowd work comics.
Well, it's all jealousy. Because they have the thing that we wish we had, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think that the people who are great at improv, more often than not, don't have the patience
They're super talented
to craft the perfect joke. That's right, Wayne Brady. We're coming for you.
No,
That guy's great.
But the thing, I totally appreciate the improv guys. I just think that
it's a different set of tools.
Yeah,
it's
I think you can do. I think you can do both. I think you can walk people in. That's what I try to do because I know I was in my head. I have a flow chart. Okay, and I let the crowd pick which direction I want to go, and no matter which direction it is, I'm gonna take him off the rails. Well, sooner or later, because I'm gonna walk you into something.
Well, a great comparison for the whole improv versus stand-up thing. I remember when my mom first saw Chicago, the musical. My mom said, "Queen Latifah raps. Why does she rap? She can really sing." And she's a true minority because every rapper kind of wishes they could sing.
Yeah.
You want to sing, and you realize, well, I have a terrible voice if I get into rhythmic American poetry. And I'm not saying that every singer wants to
But you
rap.
can work your voice. So my mom was a voice coach.
You can, but you look at almost any rapper that kind of has that high level of success, what they do. Kanye puts out 808s and Heartbreak. G-Eazy puts out an album where he's singing. Right now, Jack Harlow put out that Monica album that everybody's talking about being controversial. He's just kind of singing soft jazz.
You got
Mac Miller, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Mac Miller's last 2 albums were jazz albums.
Yeah.
He's kind of quietly singing the whole time. And so, singers who want to rap, that's what being a stand-up comedian is when we watch improv. It's related to what we do. It's a different set of tools. And we kind of all wish we could do it. And we're trying to get just famous enough to where we can. That's
to where you just do more improv?
Well, to where we're free to not write all the jokes, that we're free to just show up. Like Mike Birbiglia is a great comic. Pete Holmes is a great comic. They write amazing jokes. If you watch them live now, they're doing 2 hours. And an hour of it is their one-man show. And the other hour is soft crowd work. If you're in a theater, it's easy. Because guess what? The people that paid $300 to see you, they fucking love you. They'll listen to you read the phone book. Yeah. Because they paid that money to see you. Not your act, not your jokes, you. They want to see PJ. They want to see Monica. They want to see Charlie. And when you get to that level, you can go 50-50. You can say, I'm going to do my great hour, and then I'm going to talk to this guy in the front row. That's not who are you, where you're from. It's, those jeans are from Japan. I have a great joke about Japan. It's all back to that illusion of improvisation.
You can go to, you've got unlimited ability to do both. for you.
Oh, well, thank you. That's
You
really
can
nice.
do crowd work and or thing.
I do
like
a little
to-
bit of crowd
I
work. I'm still
I
90-10. I'm
I like
more
to
written
see
than
you do
anything
more
else.
crowd work. I think you're just so natural with the crowd anyway. Like I would like, cause I like your regular stuff, but I like it when you do the crowd work. To tell you the truth,
Well,
I
thank
like
you.
it when it's like really like I like it when you mix it more. But yeah, your crowd work is great.
No, thank you. I know Enoch, who's probably out there watching. Enoch Chino, who's one of my best friends in comedy.
Yes.
He's the same thing. Me and him have been best buddies for over 15 years now. He's like, bro, I love your jokes. He's Turkish, which I was. Bro, my brother, my sweet white prince. This is how he talks. I love your jokes, but sometimes throw them all away. Just get rid of that and be you on stage.
Yeah,
We all want to do that. I think.
I agree. I agree with him. When I hear him making that compliment, I can see him floating across the bay in his windboard. In the windboard. I think I was messing. It reminds me of what's the straits that they have in Turkey where Asia meets?
Not the Strait of Hormuz.
Not that straight right now. Let's keep it straight. No, there's another.
We're from
one.
San Francisco. Be the gay
They-
of Hormuz.
they
We all
have
know
that-
that.
they have that-
Hey, open your water,
They have that
honey.
bridge, and they have
We're
that
coming
bridge.
in with cheap gas
Yeah.
for that ass.
Yeah, they have that bridge in Istanbul or something where they
Back on my
Asia,
Istanbul shit.
Yeah, Asia meets Europe.
Yeah,
Like the
well,
Byzantine Empire and shit.
I went on that. I went to a Mediterranean
7
cruise
minutes.
when my wife and I have been married about a year. It's kind of like a delayed honeymoon.
Okay.
And yeah, Turkey's one of the only countries in the world where they say, we can put you on a bus and you're going to go from Europe to Asia. And we did that.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So,
cool.
In
So
my
you-
life.
so you rode that
I've-
bridge?
Yes. So have I been to the Asian continent? Yes. For 25 minutes.
I know, that's what I was telling
I
you.
got coffee
Whenever I
and
think
drove
of Enoch, I'm like, oh man, you got to get that board from across from Asia to Europe and say that you rode your surfboard all the way from Europe to Asia.
My sweet brother, I rode it all around the world.
All the way around
Just
the
to
world.
do comedy for you and the beautiful people.
Now he's got the one with the propellers on the top, so he's
The
floating.
foil, yeah, I think they
Yeah,
do.
that thing's dope.
No, Eno is such a beautiful spirit.
He's so much fun. I always have fun whenever I meet him.
Oh, but I did want to finish my earlier thought too, but you
Absolutely,
mentioned family. I think I got back into comedy because when my older son was born, I wanted to do something that would make him proud. And I realized I'd love comedy.
Shout out your older son.
Oh, 5 minutes?
Use names. Use names.
My wife said not to mention that his name is
Okay.
but no, my son, he's a really solid actor. And then my younger son is huge into musical theater. He got the lead, the first thing he ever auditioned for. My younger son. Shout out to you. Well,
If
it's
you
really
don't
funny.
have a little bit of gay in you,
You should. And people tell me I give a gay vibe all the time.
okay.
They do that as PJ too.
And part of that, and this is fully true.
That's why we get along so good.
So my younger son's godfather was my college roommate who is gay. I call him the fairy godfather. But the fairy godfather, Sal, he was gay, and he and I were roommates sophomore year in college. One of my best friends, loved the guy like a brother. We moved to a house, and we rent a house with 4 other guys. He has 2 friends, I have 2 friends. So his friends that move in, they're gay. He has gay friends. My 2 friends that move in are straight, but they're bad at paying rent. So they invite 2 more gays. One guy is on the fence, he's bi. So I'm eventually living in a house. I moved away from San Francisco to move into a house with 4.5 gay men. And when you have that many people living in one house, when you have a shared space, you have votes, right? You vote on what you're going to do as a household. And the straight vote got denied every time. We'd have a vote every weekend. Mario, my roommate, shout out to Mario, great guy. He's now a professional chef. He would always ask us what we wanted for Sunday breakfast. I would always vote for French toast. And the other guys would always vote for Big Black Dick. And I'd lose every time.
4.5 Gay Men sounds like a great name for a show.
We might need 5 more minutes though, Dan.
Men.
Yeah, I know.
More men.
Yeah, close this shit out. Close this shit out. We got like how much more time?
You're the host.
Well, dude, it's like having 2 hosts now. We got Charlie.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was just going to say, though, about the family thing, that I got back in comedy because I wanted to do something, not just I love, but that would make my son proud of me. And then he became so into theater and driven to be an actor, and now a writer. He's written some plays. And my younger son has the best singing voice of anybody. in my
how old's
family.
your younger son now?
My younger son now is 12. He'll be 13 next month.
So you just found out like a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, pretty recently. He auditioned to play Charlie in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory at a
that's
school.
fantastic.
Did he-
And his first role, he lands the lead,
Charlie.
and he's named Charlie. So
That's unbelievable.
best of
perfect.
both worlds. And my
Are we
son
closing
Quentin,
off with that?
he walked around the house going, you know, I'm the best Charlie in the house right now.
Bro, you must have like the most entertaining house because your wife, I'm saying I don't want to be like racist in a certain way, but if she's Filipino, I know she can sing.
Oh, she can, and she loves karaoke. So one of my biggest
There you
jokes
go.
I do now
There you
is
go.
that the official language of the Philippines is karaoke.
Just singing
And I
in
do all these
general, we're
great-
good. Yeah.
These great impressions of just kind of working the songs in and out. But my wife is an excellent singer. My wife was in the military when we met too, so
Unbelievable.
she's
So,
tough. She could kill me.
strong. Can she
Yeah.
shoot?
Yeah. So she has. So I know you're into guns. My wife had the best range score of any female in the history of the unit. When
All
she
right.
was at.
Oh shit, she was
She
an
shot
infantry.
expert.
The
her
infantry,
second-
Charlie, you better be good.
Well, exactly. Every morning that she allows me to wake up and be alive is a blessing, because I know that my wife could kill me in my sleep or when I'm awake.
It's nice to know that
She's
the
like your
person
bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the bodyguard, reverse of the bodyguard.
Well, exactly. That's literally the joke I did. That my wife and I watch The Bodyguard, and we see that this really good-looking person with military background is there with this entertainer who is kind of flamboyant, dresses shiny. I go, babe, you know that you're my Kevin Costner.
Yes.
You're my Kevin Costner.
You're Whitney Houston. And it makes sense because when it comes to her, I will always love her.
You might be my
The singing gene skipped me, obviously.
You might be my Brad Pitt for getting me out of 12 Years a Slave onto that show at Tommy T's coming up.
Yep.
You might be my Brad Pitt character.
Well,
Coming
hey,
in-
bring him.
Yeah, dude, like, you're like my Brad Pitt character getting. I'm so excited to do this show in a couple of weeks. I'm pretty much locked in, and then.
Oh, the
you
show's
know,
going to be off the hook. Don't look for it on a hook. It's going
How
to
much
fall
more
off.
time do we have,
One
Danny?
minute. Wrap it up.
Well, Charlie, you finish up this last minute. Talk about your family and close out.
So, my family, my wife and my 2 kids, my mother and father and my sisters, they mean the world to me, and they always have. But PJ, I'd like to thank you for being part of my comedy family. Because we have a fraternity
Thank you so much.
that other people outside of the stage just don't understand what it means to go to all of these mics and to have our hearts broken on a regular basis and still be there for the resurrection of ego and emotion and self-confidence that we need to function not just as artists or friends, but as people. And you bring that to us, and you're one of those people who you're at the pulse of the scene, you're the heartbeat, you get things
I love
done,
everybody. I really
especially around
do.
here.
I really do.
And it's apparent that people know that you care.
Yeah, I hope
People
so.
see you as, they mentioned, a habitual line stepper, somebody who pushes the boundaries, but you're somebody who spreads love in the comedy community.
Absolutely.
And I, for one, want to thank you for that.
Thank you so much.